I found a place to watch the rising sun cast its first rays on the freshly fallen snow. With a hot beverage in hand, I watch as the rays of the sun illuminate the snow with a warm, golden glow. As clouds move over again, the scene returns to a cold blue freeze. This battle continues for hours until the wind suddenly springs into action and teams up with the sun to drive the clouds away. Upon returning to the scene several hours later, I find my GoPro lying face down on the ground. I later discover it was a hawk that knocked over my tripod and camera. What a great way to end this incredible scene. A second snowstorm is incoming. It's time to retire for the day and plan a sledding adventure for the next day. Hot coffee and a warm fireplace make for a great ending to this cold winter day. The next morning, we wake up to find that more snow has indeed fallen, about 8 inches of heavy, wet snow. It's time for some sledding. This is our son's first big sledding adventure. We start him off on some gentle slopes. He is delighted. Sometimes he rides back up the hill in the sled, other times he walks. sledding for a bit, we move on to increasingly steeper hills. After all, walking back up these hills over and over creates an ever-increasing physical challenge that we enjoy. Eventually, we reach the biggest hill we can find. In fact, this hill is so big that I drag my arms for the first half of the hill in order to ensure an obstacle-free trek down the hill with my son. For my final trip down the hill, I go solo. Other than the occasional briar and weed nearly taking out an eye or two, it was a successful and fun trip down this slope. As our sledding comes to an end, another cloud deck is already racing in. This cloud deck does not portend snow. As the freezing drizzle comes to an end, I watch as the scene outside grows brighter even as midnight approaches. A full moon is rising and is casting light through the low gray cloud deck. As the clouds race by and begin moving in opposite directions, the moon shining through these clouds is akin to looking up at the sun shining through ocean waters. As the clouds begin to open up to a cold, clear winter sky, millions of stars sit above the moonlit, snow-covered ground. It truly is bright enough to read a book by moonlight. Dawn now approaches. The moon sets as the sun rises. A new day of winter has begun.